what we got going on. Make sure this work right here. Make sure that everything work, man. We got a big show lined up. Had a dope bill on Screwball Radio that was there. What's good, bro?
What's good with it, man? What's good?
That's right. We live and direct off the cuff radio live stream. In case y'all want to shut me up, damn it, we right here on the IG live, man. It's gonna take more than that to shut us up around here.
Exactly.
Hold on, let me hit the boy. But anyways, I want to introduce my guest of the night, Mr. Hit 'em Up himself, ImPerial Real Rell. Welcome to Off the Cuff Radio live stream, my man.
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir, man. We got a lot to catch up on, man. It's been a minute since we had you guys last. I think the last time we had you guys on, it was Dope Fresh and Supreme. We had y'all on, I think, 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. It's been about 2-3 years.
Whole 3 years, man, and we got everything back in full motion. So let everybody know what's been happening with you, man. Like, what's been going on with you?
I mean, at this point, man, I kind of like just been behind the scenes with the music thing, pretty much tightening up the business portion of the music. I'm still BlackLaw Rebel Muziq, but I'm also a part of Forever Fresh, and just making it happen, man. Just basically putting out singles and just basically doing it, more professionally than we had in the past because, a lot of things we were still learning and growing in this business. Now that we know, what I'm saying, everything is kind of laid out with a different format now.
Definitely, man. And telling us about the two singles that you got going on. You got Make a Way featuring Bella Bell, and you have Our Turn with 3D Natty. Man, how did the collab with 3D Natty come up?
Well, the whole thing with me and 3D Natty, man, to give you a little bit of backstory, during the pandemic and stuff, me and Dope Fresh was in the studio, man, and he played that Maria song, and I was like, man, she's cold with it, you know what I'm saying? And, I said all right then, back in like 2019, 2020, I was like, I'm going to get her on a song with me, man. And, everybody kind of chuckled about it, you know what I'm saying? But I was dead serious and go for it, And I had actually DM'd her on Instagram that same week and kind of like, asked her about her prices and things of that nature, But it never came to be because, a lot was going on with the pandemic. So, recently I, had this beat and I hooked up with this guy Hooks by Bobby that I met through Fresh, man. And he put a super fire hook on it. And then I just DM'd her on Instagram. I was like, hey, look, I'm trying to get you on this song. We worked out the business particulars. I shot her the beat, you know what I'm saying? And we just basically kept an open dialogue between the two of us going. She laid a fire verse down, and now you have what you have with Too Far.
Yeah, man, she's very underrated talent, man. I mean, I remember seeing her spitting on the K Slay. K Slay used to put on a lot of tracks, and I was like, this chick is bad. And at the same time, she could spit too.
Hey, man, she's very underrated, very underrated. A lot of people really do sleep on her. So to me, she's the best female artist out there, for real. Like, lyrically, I would put her against some of your top tier industry females and just watch her roast them.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man, because she hung in on I think it was the Deep 50 Deep collab that K Slay had, and she was one of the soul females up there. I was like, this chick is amazing, and she got the flyest looking pictures too. I said, damn, you know what I'm saying?
She's a very beautiful woman, man.
Yes.
Shout out 3D man. Shout out 3D
Definitely, man. And your other single, man, Make a Way. Like, what was the inspiration behind recording that, man?
I mean, it was just basically like, man, I know what the game's in. Listen, man, we need that motivational music, which to me, honestly, that's my lane, man, to keep the people motivated. That's really like my lane, Too Far was like me stepping out of the box, testing the water, seeing how it would go. it worked out wonderfully. But you know, what make a way is just like, man, when I looked at everything that people been going through for the last 5, 6 years, man, it's like, you know what I'm saying, out here in this world, man, you really need that, you know, that upliftment, because sometimes it's some people that really use music as a therapeutic way to heal, man. And I just want to give them something that they can be like, you know what, I got this. You know what I'm saying? It's hard out here, but I'm willing to go hard and keep making a way, you know.
Yeah, and we definitely had to get behind that record because I feel that that record is needed at this point because it seemed like we live at a time where a lot of the rappers that, you know, we grew up, you know, looking into and listening to, they don't really speak for the people like that no more. Like, you can't really relate to them.
I mean, it's a lot of these young artists that have some substance in their music, but you know, it's like the times have changed. You know, you got to realize early '80s, mid '80s, late '80s, and '90s rap. You know, it was about, you know what I'm saying, the people. You know, we really wanted to kind of let people know, touch bases. Man, this is what goes on in the life and times. But nowadays we live in the internet party area. Everybody want to dance. You know, cats blowing up off TikTok, cats blowing up off Instagram, you know, just based on antics, man, you know.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of artists out here that do have skills, but the antics outweigh the skill set. So a lot of times people get overlooked. I mean, don't get me wrong, we do got some rappers in the game that got, man, hella talented, you know what I'm saying? Like J. Cole, very underrated talented artist. Kendrick Lamar, a lot of people kind of like, I feel like they kind of got off the wagon with him, but bruh's really talented. Then you had Nipsey, you had, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these young cats that's really doing it, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest, little baby, he's got a lot of substance with his music. I mean, he's a hood cat, but he got a lot of substance with his music. And I kind of like rock with the little cat, man, a lot, you know what I'm saying? But then you got, you know what I'm saying, cats like Griselda out of Buffalo, who
Yeah.
really, you know what I'm saying, who really go under the radar, but every one of them cats in that camp is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about this earlier on the show that I did, about Screwball, that mainstream hip hop, you know, that's in the dumpster. You know, that ain't really shit up there, but as long as you got guys like you got those artists that you mentioned that are putting it down, the culture's pretty much in a good space. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the culture's always going to be in a good space because there's always going to be somebody that says, I don't want to do what mainstream is doing. I want to be outside the box. I don't want
Right.
to be put in the box. And you know, that's the biggest thing with this game is that a lot of people are seeking the money and basically you want the fame. See, I don't need the fame. I just want to be successful.
Right, right.
If I can make money and be successful, take care of my family, take care of my homies, and make sure my family, my homies, and everybody that I love is taken care of, and we open successful businesses by going through the music to make the money that we need to open these businesses, then we still giving back to the community.
That's a fact, man. Music gotta be food for the babies, man. But let's go to the beginning, man. Tell us about where you originally from and how did you get into hip hop?
Well, man, I'm originally from Richmond, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? I currently reside
Yeah.
you know, my second home. You know what I'm saying? But you know, back in Richmond, man, I got into the music because a lot of my cousins and stuff they was already doing it. You know, it was basically it started with church-based music for a lot of my cousins. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them was in the gospel scene, and I had cousins in the rap game that was doing their thing too. So you know, I had a little skill set with it. You know what I'm saying? About 8, 9 years old, I remember writing my first song in crayon. I think I was maybe like first, second grade, maybe. But then by the time I moved with my grandmother in a neighborhood known as Central Gardens, shout out Central Gardens, by the way. I originally started in Jackson Ward. Gilpin Court, shout out to them as well. But you know what I'm saying? By the time I moved with my grandmother, I was maybe like 12, 13, something like that. And she bought me a karaoke machine because she would always hear me in the room rapping Tupac's lyrics, rapping other artists' lyrics. And then I started, you know, doing it on the karaoke machine. And then there was a tape recorder on there where you can record yourself. So I started getting the instrumentals and just started freestyling over that. And it turned into me really starting to sit down and write with the pen.
Yeah, man. And I could tell by listening to you guys, because I got introduced to you guys, I think about 20. Oh, we go back a long time, man. We go back 20. Whew. 2016, I believe, and I could tell you guys were clearly students of the game. Like, who do you guys consider like inspirations when it comes to y'all stepping into that booth?
I mean, I can only speak for me, man, because we all got our own inspirations, you know. But as far as me, man, when I step into that booth, I'm inspired by cats like Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Tupac was a major inspiration on the way I brought stuff together. Then, you know, you had guys like Scarface. Then, you know, you had your Pharoah Monches. You had a lot of different them old legends like Rakim. Hands down, man. Rakim's Mahogany was one of the first songs that helped me out, man. Like, I can do that. I can do that. I can put that skill set together with it. But of course, my biggest inspiration in the beginning was Tupac. Then Biggie came along, and I was like, well, shit, I'm black and ugly as ever. However, shit, I told him, you can get in. I can get in. We can win.
Yeah, man. And most importantly, I ask everybody this, man. I ask everybody, how did you come up with your stage name, Imperial Real Rell?
I mean, man, I was with another group at one time, you know what I'm saying? And it was Imperial Entertainment. And this was before I got with a BlackLaw, but of course, you know, man, respect to them, no hate, no disrespect. But I felt like for the longest time, they wanted to hold me back as if I was in artist development. So when I met Doe Fresh, you know what I'm saying, he was like, man, shit, you got skills. You can come to the crib and record whenever you want to. So, you know what I'm saying, we started recording at his in-home studio. And, you know, it just was that. But as far as my name, that's where it came from. The real world was me being real anyway. So I mean, you know, the Imperial came from the other group, but the real world came from me being me, and it stands for realize everybody ain't loyal. Real
Mm,
self acronym to myself. Realize everybody ain't loyal just because they there don't mean that they for you.
mm. And linking up with Doe Fresh to Don and then forming the BlackLaw Rebel family, man. I'm like, y'all have magnificent chemistry. See, what's impressive with you guys is not only y'all have the bars, y'all students of this game, but the way y'all structure these tracks. Because I tell anybody, like, if your shit ain't mixed proper, man, we can't play it, we can't bump it, throw it in the bushes. But the way y'all mix y'all songs, y'all mix with different styles. Like, tell people,
So,
like, tell people about
shout out
mixing.
James J, man. Shout out James J. Gibson, man. That's the engineer behind a lot of the music you hear. That's the engineer. You know, he pretty much mixes and masters all
Yeah,
our stuff, man. You know.
yeah, because that's like a turn off to me when people send music. Because even when I first heard you guys, when I first seen the Pac joint y'all did, I think it was like 2016. I went crazy, man. I went crazy. I'm like, that's one of them joints that made me jump out of bed. I'm like, I gotta find these niggas, man.
Hey, listen, believe it or not, that was the very first song I recorded under the BlackLaw Rebel Muziq umbrella. That was the very first song me and Doe had ever been on together, any of that.
That song right there, I'm telling you, man, I was like, that made me jump out of bed 3 in the morning. And I hit Doe. I'm like, man, I need that track. I need that track. And then y'all came with the visuals. The visuals was dope as well.
Hey, man. Shout out John Doe for the visual, man. Shout out John Doe, man.
Yeah, man. And then y'all went from there and you started putting out your own independent products and they all stood out in the test of time. Like, tell us about what it was like making your first album.
I mean, you know, my first EP was It Ain't Hard to Be Real, you know. It was just a process, man, me stepping into the game, getting my feet wet, you know what I'm saying? Then I came back with street religion, and street religion was like, okay, I'm getting used to this again, you know, I'm getting used to it. I got this on a professional level, and then I hit them with everything sales, you know what I'm saying? Love, sex, drugs, and controversy. It was just basically, that was it, you know what I'm saying? That's why I found myself in this music and knew, okay, I'm here. I'm here to stay. I'm here for a reason. These albums are all the way well put together and structured. I don't feel like I missed anything on this album.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And tell us this, man, as being the artist, man, tell us about the importance of standing out from the pack. Like, what do you feel that you table that a lot of rappers lack?
I mean, I'm not gonna say that they lack anything, but I feel like the one thing that I try to continue to do that most music don't have is continue to deliver
Mm.
substance in the music, no matter what I'm talking about. If I'm talking about street shit, if I'm talking about life in itself, if I'm talking about females, I try to deliver relatable music because relatable music is what stands the test of time. And I feel like a lot of this party music, yeah, eventually these people gonna get old and stop dancing. So they're gonna need something that they can relate to that really solidifies how they're living in their life at this time. A lot of people don't worry about that. They want the microwave right now. I'm still using the stove.
Yeah. Yeah, and another track, I'm gonna tell you this though, another track that I thought was dope was that you put out was My Boo. Cause what you did was you gave back to the love aspect in hip hop. And that was like sorely lacking at the time. So you brought that aspect. We talking like Meth and Mary, LL, Hey Lover, and songs of that magnitude that, show appreciation to love.
Yeah, Uncle L type shit. You know, LL Cool J type shit, and that was what I really wanted. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I wanted when I put that record out there, and it's got a wonderful response. That's that feel good. I can play this around the family barbecue music. I could be somewhere riding, chilling with my lady music. Oh man, let me put this on with her while we sitting and talking. You know what I'm saying? She kind of basically let the music talk for you. Like the old R&B cats used to do. Back in the day, you could put that Luther on, and Luther would talk for you. Back in the day, you could put that Keith on, and Keith could talk for you. Then when it came to the rap aspect, you could put that LL on, you could put that Black Thought on. You know what I'm saying? And they had songs that'll talk to the ladies for you. You know what I'm saying? That real, here, baby, let me let you understand how I feel from my point of view through the music. And that's pretty much what I wanted to do with the My Boo song is give people something that they can play for their lady or that the ladies can play for their man and let it be known, look, this is how I feel about you.
Yeah, man, and you could tell that it came from a real place. It don't sound like something that a label head would put on your show to be like, hey, you got to make this for the ladies, or you got to make this song for the niggas. It's more so something that you feel like you just done. It just came out authentic like that.
My music always does come out authentic, man. That's why I never rush the music. Too many people rush their music, man. I take my time, man, and really structure the song the way I wanted to sound, work on how I'm gonna deliver the cadence for the song. I really put the work in for it because I'm a student of the game, and I always feel like there's room for improvement with your craft. Most people just go ahead and do it, but I feel like there's always room for improvement with this craft. No matter how old you get, there's always room to grow. You know what I'm saying? Prime example. Look at how a lot of people used to talk crazy about Nas, myself included. I was like, man, he picked terrible beats. He's a terrible beat picker, but he's got amazing flow. He got with Hit Boy and revamped his beat style and came back with three of the most amazing albums I heard in the last 20 years.
Man, let me tell you, man, if we have a huge following that ranges from Queensbridge too. Big shout out to Black Poet, a big shout out to Con. Let me tell you this, man. Nas letting them know, man, even at the age of 50, that this music is eternal. He's
Man,
out rapping. I just had out there.
music is timeless, bro. Music is completely timeless. Like there is no age limit on music, man. There is no age limit. If there was an age limit, there would be a lot of young cats that would still be sampling music from the 70s, the
Mm-hmm.
80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, because music is, like you said, eternal. It's forever, man. Once you put it out there, it's never going to not be heard. Somebody's going to always pick it up, whether they listening for a sample to take, whether they listening for the song, for ideas, whatever, it's always going to be there.
Absolutely. And I was going to ask you this, Joe, as an artist. Do you prefer you freestyling your song? Because a lot of cats, you have cats like Jay and Wayne. They say they go in the booth, don't write nothing down. They just put it out there. Now, are you that type of artist, or you just have to write yours in pen and paper?
I mean, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? I could do that. And for the longest time, in the earlier stages of my career, back in Richmond when I was freestyling with the homies and we would make takes, a lot of the stuff that you hear from me would definitely be, oh, he just went in there and spit that. You know what I'm saying? We smoke a little weed, sip drink, and then I just go in there and just spit it, man. That's how it would be. But nowadays it's like I'm gonna write this down. You know what I'm saying? For the business side of having everything copywritten and all that kind of stuff, I want it all professionally prepared. But I'm not saying that I couldn't, because if somebody ever put me to the test and say, "Hey, I need you to go in here. I got 6 beats. I need you to freestyle to them and freestyle hooks." I could do it. You know what I'm saying? I may be able to do one a day for the next 6 days, but over the course of time, I will be able to go ahead and go in there and give them 6 fire songs that just came straight from the noggin.
And it more so come from the gut, man, because it's like when you have that passion for the music, it just comes from the soul.
Yeah, it does.
And
The way I do the music comes from the soul, though. If I write it down, if I freestyle it, it all comes from the soul, because everything around me inspires me. Everything, no matter what it is. It could be the way my kids move. It could be the way, you know what I'm saying, the current relationship that I'm in is going. It could be just something that my family or my friends or anybody in my crew is going through, that inspire me to say, hey, man, I want to write a song about this because this is a current situation that somebody is going through.
And it's crazy too, man, because a lot of people grab inspirations in many ways. It's like day to day life can do it. You could see a TV commercial and be like, oh, I'm inspired to take this beat. Or you could be pretty much asleep about 4 or 5 in the morning. You hear some infomercial. You got, hold up. Rewind that back. I need that beat for a track. It's inspiration that could go anywhere. That's the beauty of music.
At all times.
That's the beauty of music right there. And another question I want to shoot to you, man, is what's the importance amongst loyalty in this crew, especially in this music business?
I mean, basically, man, we live like this, man. Our world, our way, our business. What I want for my brother, I want for myself. We say that all the time, man. So us living like that, man, and really being an example of that, even though, you know, the Forever Fresh thing has became an extension of the BlackLaw Rebel Muziq tree. You know what I'm saying? They still our brothers, man. We still love them the same. Everything is still the same. Nothing changes. You know what I'm saying? We still move as an organized unit, no matter what.
Yeah, I had to shoot that to you because we've seen it so many times in this business and in history that you see a crew, they strong as Teflon together, but then soon as that bag get through, soon as that money start coming, you start seeing conflict, you start seeing egos, you start seeing cats want to make different deals here, there, and there. And then when they come back and make albums, the chemistry ain't there, the music ain't really hitting like it used to, because now it's like a financial motivation behind it. It's like, damn, there ain't no brotherhood.
Man, look, man, loyalty before royalty, man, at the end of the day, because no matter what, if you eat, I'm going to eat. If I eat, you going to eat. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's plate goes empty in BlackLaw, bro, or Forever Fresh for that matter. Nobody's plate. That's how we live. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. If you got $5 and there's 5 of us sitting at this table, then we just gonna go ahead and say, well, hold on, man, wait till we get another dollar, so all 6 of us can have one.
Yeah, there's not gonna be none of that. Oh, I'm gonna put $1 down. I'm gonna keep the other 5 in my back pocket. When nobody looking, I'm gonna go to the store or whatever, get something for me. That loyalty don't work around here, B. Y'all know.
No, got we got real loyalty, man. They really are my brothers. Straight like that, they my brothers. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah,
you don't like my brothers, then I don't like you.
facts. Facts.
We gonna discuss nothing or nothing. I ain't gonna hang around you. If I know you got beef with my brother, I'm not gonna hang around you because off top you can't say nothing about my brother around me. Nothing disrespectful whatsoever.
Nah, man, that type of loyalty is missing in today's world, man. Like you ain't gonna sit here. slander somebody that's putting you on, and then next thing you know, we play babyface, or you just playing both sides. Nah, man, it's now or never. That's the way the game got to be brought up. Integrity.
I mean, and a lot of it's missing in the game, man. A lot of it's missing, but a lot of that is because a lot of them got their hands in the mud out here, so they feel like, man, I can't trust nobody. So by the time you get to the point where you really are growing and expanding at something, all the people that you felt like you left behind, that you was like, man, oh fuck them, I ain't worried about them niggas. Now you have become the prey. But if you was looking out for your brothers from the jump, then it's everybody eating. Ain't nobody mad. See what I'm saying? That's the thing. The selfishness and the ego gets in the way. That's what overpowers the ability to grow as a unit.
Yeah, that ego is something else, man. Ego could crumple empires, and ego could make people go broke. Ego. A lot of people's in the grave because of ego. A lot of people's in debt because of ego. Ego is a powerful vice, for real.
You can't say could. You can more so say ego has. Ego has destroyed more things than a scandalous woman.
Facts. Matter of fact, we might have to name it Ego a Scandalous Woman. That about to be a new female name or something.
I mean, hey, that's it.
Hey,
That's it. That may be inspiration for a song.
there you go. See?
Which one is worse, my ego or my scandalous woman?
See? That's what I'm talking about. That's the beautiful thing about the off-the-cuff radio bills, ladies and gentlemen. You get ideas. Now, who knows? I might have to get on the song and just talking smack on the joint. You know what I'm saying?
You ready? Come on and get your puffy on. I'm
So,
all like, sure, bro. We ain't gonna be doing all the dancing in the videos and all that old stuff. Yeah, man.
real shit, man. Real talk. And another thing that I noticed about you guys' music too that's dope too is that you guys cover a lot of sports in y'all music. Y'all seen the project you and Doe did with the Kobe, rest in peace to the great one, the number 8, number 24. What was it like working with that?
Oh man, it was just something that came together, man. Me and him had always been talking about doing a joint venture album, and then we basically was just recording songs. We really hadn't structured it to make an album. We was just recording at that time, just locked in, putting songs together. And then when we got maybe about 4 or 5 songs in, we was like, well, man, we might as well go ahead and make this an album. You know what I'm saying? And we sat back and we talked about it. And you know what I'm saying? The name of the album was supposed to be Team Mamba Mentality.
Yeah, how
Team is an acronym for together, each achievement manifested. You know what I'm saying? So we basically a team, bro. If we together, then anything that we acquire and we think that we can obtain, we can do it as long as we work together. The moment we separate, then we weak. You're only as strong as the strongest link on the chain. So we move that way.
absolutely. And even while I was listening to that project, because I think that's where we really started rapping with y'all again about bringing y'all on the show, I could tell that was more so like motivation music. Was that the direction that you guys wanted to take?
I mean, man, it was basically tribute to Kobe, man, because he was motivational, man. Kobe
Sure.
was a serious motivational person, man. I mean, like that mama mentality thing where he says, the only thing mama mentality is to be better today than you were yesterday, and be better than that day, the next day. Just continue to grow. You know what I'm saying? So as a crew, as a team, as a label, as friends, our unity is just continue to grow, bro. As one, we all just continue to grow, man, and it just keeps growing and getting stronger. And the thing that we got, bro, this is deeper than music. We are really a brotherhood. So even if we hung up the music today, we would still be as close tomorrow.
That's fact, man. That's what makes the music the chemistry embedded, man, because if you don't have that type of brotherhood, man, the music is it might come out sounding good, but it's not gonna really sound like something that you can build with a connection with, so to speak. Just like even if you listen to the Wu-Tang album, you listen to them first 2 albums, you could tell the brotherhood was intact. You could tell the chemistry was there. You could tell they loved bouncing off one another. But the so forth, you could tell was money motivated.
Definitely. But I'm not gonna say it was money motivated. I'm gonna just say at one point in time they had their own. I mean, and all brothers do. They had their little gripes going on within the group. You know, everybody have their own little gripes sometimes, but it's not about having the gripes. It's about the way that you settle the gripes. You know what I'm saying? They never really took their gripes public with each other. They never really spoke on them. They handled their business in house. And that's what makes loyalty and brotherhood a real thing, because even if I am before one of my brothers, ain't nobody outside my unit gonna know. Even if I am disagreeing with them in any way, nobody outside my unit is gonna know, bro.
That's respect right there, because just like you said, and it just dawned on me. Like, you notice they never have any diss records flying on one another. They never publicly slandered any of the members. Now, they have disagreements and quarrels, but it's never malicious.
I mean, but that's what brothers do, man.
Right.
Because we brothers, we don't always agree on everything. We ain't gotta agree. We can agree to disagree. But the point of the matter is it never turns to a malicious intent. It's nah, bro. I just ain't feeling that. I'm not rocking with that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against you. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. You know, wish you well on that endeavor, but I'm not handing that shit over for myself. No, I'm just not. You know, and that's one thing that I do appreciate about us, man, is that we never really had, honestly, we never really had no in-house gripes, because we all are on the same page. And I think that's what really makes the unity of the group as strong as it is because we all have the same vision, not only for ourselves, but for each other. You know, but I can't wait till we somewhere, you know what I'm saying, counting up millions or whatever the situation may be. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever it is, as long as we're doing it as brotherhood, then that's just what it is, man. That's how it's got to be. You know, because when I tell them, man, y'all my brothers, man, I ain't got nothing but love for y'all. I mean that. I truly mean that. I'm not a person who's gonna say I care for you as a human being, bro. Whether you be a female that I'm caring about, or one of my brothers, or just somebody in my family. If I got love for you, I got love for you. So having love for you, that means I got love for your family too. So if your family out back, guess what? I'm gonna pull your family up if you unable to do it, because that's what brothers do.
Facts. Shaheem and Raekwon had they little spat, but I'm glad they good now. Forgot about that one. Good call on that, though. Cause you know so much happened in rap, man. We just can't keep up, though, boy. I literally forgot about that.
I mean, even with their little issue, man, look how it died down. It didn't linger on. None of that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing lingers on when it's truly a bond between people, man. It's like, oh man, hey man, that was my bad. Hey man, that was my bad. We moved past.
Right.
People
Right.
with egos, they hold grudges, and they feel like I'm gonna get you back. I'm not gonna let you get me. I gotta find a way to get you back. And see, when you're dealing with those kind of cats, man, that's why you gotta keep that lawnmower to cut the grass, to weed out the snakes. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a beautiful garden if it's full of snakes.
Big facts, man. That's true to life game right there. Now with BlackLaw Rebel, man, for 2023, do you guys plan on doing any major distribution with any labels, or do y'all keeping it independent for now?
I mean, right now it's really Forever Fresh. You know what I'm saying? That I'm working with. I'm really more so with the Forever Fresh thing. I mean, you know, we got the production, we got the label. We pretty much really are already working with a major distribution company, pushing the music, but we independent. You know what I'm saying? We independently move it, but we do deal with a major distribution company at this time. Now, if there comes along a better deal on the table for us, we're willing to sit down and discuss it to make sure that the particulars are worked out the way that they should be.
Big facts, man, because you gotta know how they come to the table. They gotta come to the table with your demands, because see, you have the product, you have the product, They got to come to the demands like, look, put the money behind it. Don't try to change the content. And we could just go levels with it. Because, see, I think where we at with a lot of people, they come in with the desperation aspect of just trying to get on. Therefore, they just sign anything because a lot of these artists come from poverty. You know what I'm saying? And they look at it like, shit, I got to sign this deal. Let me just get on rent due, you know? But see, you guys there, y'all have the leverage. Y'all have the experience. Y'all have the content. They ain't got no choice to just drop like him.
Business wherewithal, we got all that. You know, we understand what it is. You know what I'm saying? We know to read the small print on them contracts.
Exactly.
Be caught up in them 360 deals because, like you said, they come from poverty, and a lot of them man never really had much, man. You know, so they like, man, shit, I'm just sitting here and I'm eating ramen noodles and bologna because, hey, man, he a chance to get some steak and lobster. Let me go get this steak and lobster right quick. But then a lot of times, a lot of these artists, they come out and they may have one hot single, or they may come out and the song may do okay, and then boom, it's done for. There is no more. There is no more him. You feel what I'm saying? Like, mad respect to a lot of these artists, man. But a lot of these cats that are one-hit wonders, a lot of times these cats get in the game and they understand that the business is crooked, so they take the money that they have and they go and invest it in something else because they realize I'm not willing to sell my soul to keep doing the boogie woogie dance.
Yeah, man. And they get so eager to get on, man. They'll see, oh, you got to put on this dress, or you got to wear this eyeliner and all this weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like any way to put on, they do that to test you in a way.
I mean, but a lot of these cats, man, a lot of these cats, and this is my honest opinion, bro. A lot of these cats that come in and they easily drop into that type of lifestyle. That means that they was doing that type of lifestyle before they even became famous.
Mm-hmm.
It's just now you rich enough to where it don't bother you if a cat walk past you and say, man, look at your, whatever they want to call you. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to have nobody damn that's for hate statements right now. You know what I'm saying? But of course, it is what it is. Like their little community is growing larger than the United States of America.
Hmm. Yeah, and the game, and the game that we talking here, man. The moral of the story is know your worth. Don't just sign away your worth, because then
Definitely.
we live in a type of time where you could get into a beef, like, and God forbid, you get killed. Label go and take that song, make billions and billions, and put that in car commercials and movies and.
But then here's the thing. Not only that, you get into it and you have no rights to your music. You don't have no rights. All your rights and everything have been signed away. They gave you 150K advance. Out of that 150K advance, you done already spent 70,000 of that. So now you got 80,000, and then the 70,000 that you spent, you get ready to spend another 70 out of that. So to take care of videos and travel expenses and studio time and beats, you know what I'm saying? So by the time you look up, you done bought all these chains, you done bought all these clothes, and you got 10 bands, and you still got to go back to your mama crib.
And you in the red.
Yeah. And then you in the red for real, because now you got to recoup not only some money for yourself, but they still want their $150,000 advance back before you even start seeing some money.
Yeah, that's what people don't understand, man. They be thinking, oh, we out the hood now. We rich now. They gave us 400 bands. That 400 bands is going to create the product. It's going to create the product. It's going to pay certain features, to pay the producers, to pay the videos. It ain't going to your pocket to spend. That's what they be thinking. They be thinking it's going to go in their pocket to spend. The label going to give them another $1 million to create the product. It don't work that way.
No, especially now if you ain't getting a whole label deal where y'all have creative control and full rights, you know what I'm saying, to do what it is y'all do, and all they do is be the machine behind putting the product out to the world, you know what I'm saying? Where if you go in as a label, you still a hustler. Now they work for you. You don't work for them. They work for you.
Absolutely. And what do
You
you think
saying,
about Yeah, I was gonna say, what are your thoughts about streaming versus physicals?
I mean, the physical's always gonna be better because you saw more money with the physicals. You know what I'm saying? And then it just wanted a little bit more excitement to the fans when they was waiting on your product to drop. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, so and so dropped tonight, bro. I'm gonna be at Willie's Records and Tapes or Sam Goody's or somewhere I can go grab one of these. You know what I'm saying? One of these albums, man. Oh man, that new Whoop the Whoop's coming out. I gotta go get it. But now with this digital era, it's like, oh man, I just get to it. You know what I'm saying? I'll stream it sooner or later. But then it lost its finesse. So a lot of these albums that came out, a lot of them are overlooked for real. You know what I'm saying? It's like with this digital era, things move so fast that people don't even really get to sit down and absorb and enjoy the music because you might hear somebody talking about somebody dropping an album. Oh, so and so dropped the album 1, 2, 3 days later. Boom, they ain't talking about that album no more. They talking about some different antics that's on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? They talking about some different antics like, oh, did you see what happened on TikTok? Or so and so and so and got into a beef on Instagram. They busy talking about Blueface and Krishan and done pretty much left this fire album that Nas just dropped on the table. Or this fire album that Jay dropped, or the fire album that Griselda dropped, or the fire album Pusha T dropped. You know what I'm saying? The music gets overlooked in the streaming era more than it did in the physical era. When they were putting out CDs and tapes and vinyls, people appreciated the music more. There's a lack of appreciation for the music now that it's easily accessible through streaming.
Yeah, it created a lazy mindset because you had to literally drive or walk to get those records. Now you can just get it within the click of a keyboard or your phone or within the click of an app. You can hear a nigga whole album. I'm like, that kind of makes it look devalued in a lot of ways.
This is devalued. Why you think they paying you pennies on the dollar, basically? You getting paid pennies on the dollar. And I mean, it's unnecessary for real. Like, people getting billions and millions of streams, but they only getting thousands of dollars.
10
Why you
cent
think
per.
why you think a lot of these artists are doing so many tours? Because for real, they trying to get their money. You know, they trying to get their money. For real talk. That man, why you think they on the road 6, 7 months? Why you think cats like Wu-Tang still touring? Why you think cats like BlackLaw still touring? Why you think cats like Genuine, who, God forbid, he fall off another stage, is still touring? You know, these cats are still touring because they need that money.
Shoot, even big shout out to Bobby Brown, man. Hope he get better, man. He touring still. It's like, but they see there's no money within streaming. I mean, touring is where your bread and butter is.
Exactly. Exactly. Like them royalty checks got a lot smaller when the streaming era took over.
And the people that created the streaming platforms, they getting all of it.
Oh yeah, they getting paid. You know why? Because the labels are paying them to house the music.
Shoot,
They
that's
getting paid.
highway robbery, man.
Yeah, they
It's
getting
highway
paid the
robbery.
big bucks. They getting paid the big bucks to house the music, but then they paying pennies on the dollar to the person whose music it is for the streams that they get. So it's like the labels winning, then the streaming companies are winning, but the artists who put in the most work are not getting what they deserve.
Yeah, it's robbery, man. And we was even calling this back then, like back in the day when, going back to Napster. It was cool then because, you had opportunity. Nobody wanted to pay um a bunch, pay a long load for a bad album. That was understood. But, when you had guys like Dre and DMX and Eminem complaining, I knew it was going to become a problem.
I mean, but the thing is that it still grew. It still grew. You know, it doesn't matter. It was just like the internet. When the internet first came out, everybody thought it was a cool thing.
Yeah.
Now you got thousands and thousands of keyboard gangsters who don't do nothing but sit around and troll people all day long.
And you know what's crazy, man, is also that's what they feel they have to do because they see the antics. The algorithm is like cocaine. It's the new era of cocaine, man. As soon as they do it one time, they see they getting 100,000 shares. They got to do it again. Then they got to do it again. They get 300,000, and so forth. Next thing you know, they one of the biggest stars in the country. It's
I mean,
crazy.
but here's the thing though. You spending all this time to sell your soul for 15 minutes of fame, and then as soon as the next person come along with a crazier antic, you're no longer valuable. You're no longer valuable because it's like if I do something stupider than he did, then I'm gonna be the greatest. You know, and a lot of these people be doing it, man, off the wall stuff. Where, like the one chick recently, I think it was TikTok or Instagram or something, where she went off about her baby daddy being a deadbeat dad and this, that, and the other. And she basically went viral and started getting money off TikTok, saying that he left her for another woman or some other stuff. And the whole time, just catching the house with her. They still living together. But she's eating from all these views, all these comments, people cash apping her, trying to help her. It was just that was their antic, you know. It's like the money possessed people so much nowadays that they will sell their soul in any way. I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely want to have a serious, nice little money where everybody around me can be good, but I'm not willing to sell my soul to get it.
It's not worth it at all, man, because then you look in the mirror, you like, damn, that's what I had to do to get the bag.
But then after you get that bag, a lot of these cats go through so much emotional trauma. You know what I'm saying? They deal with it mentally. The mental trauma that comes behind getting this bag drives people crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like take Bow Wow, for instance. I've seen how emotionally that brother's really suffering, man. He's emotionally suffering. A lot of people don't even see it. He's dealing with a lot of depression. So he's lashing out at anything and anybody trying to stay relevant. He's really lashing out at anything and anybody. And the one person that helps you eat, you lashing out at him the most.
Yeah. This cloud is crazy because I was like, where did this come from? Because, man, look, JD brought you in. Like, he put you in that market.
I mean, you know, if you want to be taking this serious, Snoop brought him in.
Yeah.
Snoop brought him in. Snoop put him on, and then he said, man, you know what, Death Row ain't for you, bro. Let me introduce you to somebody. Took him to JD. JD made him a mega star.
Yeah, that's because that's the type of time that we're younger. We talked about this earlier, man, that, with obsession with the bag leads to ungratefulness. And it's like people literally dissing the people that put them on in the fashion. Now, one thing for sure, if let's say, hypothetically speaking, I get signed by somebody, they put money in my pocket, take me on these tours, and produce my album, I can never say nothing bad about that man, regardless, publicly. Now, we may have our quarrels behind the scene, but going all out and dissing the person that fed you and put you in, nah, I can't do that, man. It goes against my integrity code.
I mean, and that's true though, bro. Why would I do that? Even with like the way things went with my past group before I met with BlackLaw, became a part of the Rebel Muziq whole thing, man. I still would never, put no ill on these cats, man. Just because I felt like they tried to hold me stagnant. I still wouldn't put no ill will or say nothing bad about these cats because guess what? At the end of the day, that ain't for me. Y'all gotta stand on that morally. Y'all gotta stand on that emotionally. Y'all gotta deal with that. That's something within yourself that you gotta look in the mirror and say, well, damn, bro really had it and I held him back. Now I see him progressing. That's something you gotta deal with. I never say nothing ill towards nobody that I feel like at some point in some way helping me get my foot in the game. in any manner of it. You know what I'm saying? It can be in a small portion or a large portion. I still won't speak ill on you because if it wasn't for me going through these experiences with you, then I would have never went through what I had to go through to connect with the people that I connected with to push me where I am. You were just a learning curve in my growth.
That's fact, man. Hey, man, but I think IG is trying to, give me about 60 seconds, man. So I enjoyed the build with you, man. Big shout out to the BlackLaw Rebel family, man. Tell people where they can find your music.
Man, y'all can find me everywhere, man. Spotify, Apple Music, Napster, Tidal, anywhere you go, man. You can stream ImPerial Real Rell, and I'm there, man. Shout out Don't Fresh the Don, Supreme Rock, Lamondo Carter, Larry Toe, Forever Fresh, the whole team, Tahakra, Illness, Rob Reborn, everybody, man. Shout out the whole team, man. Got nothing but love and respect for y'all, man. And this has been ImPerial Real Rell. And I was off the cuff.
Definitely, man. We appreciate everybody that took the time to join us. Let's keep this campaign running, man. Get them joints. Check out them singles out available now on all streaming platforms, and check out the visuals that I did away as well. Salute to y'all.
Peace.